So today, we're going to get into a really fascinating piece of literature. It's a recovered novel that's attributed to Anton Chekhov, and it's called A Quiet Life. And we're going to explore some of its huge themes, stagnation, these lives that feel unlived, and all the silent spaces that exist between people. And really, this is the question the entire novel just hangs on. It's asking us to think about what's actually going on underneath the surface of a life that looks, well, tranquil. Is it real peace, or is it something more like a life where someone just turned the volume way, way down on despair?
And this quote just perfectly sets the scene for the world we're about to step into. See, that isn't just a description of the town, Dobrynino. It's practically a diagnosis. It's a place that's fundamentally stuck, where even the seasons feel like they're showing up late. It really sets this melancholic, stagnant stage for the whole story.
Right at the heart of this world that's always a little behind, we find our protagonist. He's a man who pretty much embodies this feeling of late arrival, of always being just one step behind life itself. His entire world, it's not really defined by progress, but more by a kind of managed decay. So meet Dr. Orlov. For 14 long years, his days have been this constant losing battle against things that just arrive too late. We're talking patients, medicine, even news from the outside world. He doesn't so much cure people as he manages their misery, which is a perfect reflection of the town itself.
And this quote, it just nails what's going on inside his head. His youthful idealism, all these big ideas he had about changing things, they weren't crushed in some dramatic fight. No, they were just slowly, quietly, relentlessly worn down, day after day, just like stones in a river.
But this erosion of his spirit, it's not just a work thing. It's seeped into every part of his personal life, and you feel it most sharply in his marriage. And it's right here that we see this powerful theme of the unlived life really start to take shape. The communication between Orlov and his wife, Vera, is almost entirely defined by silence. He understands her not by what she says, but by the things she almost does, the gestures she starts and then just stops. Their whole marriage is conducted in this silent language of things left unsaid and undone.
So all of this unspoken dissatisfaction, all the regrets about their own quiet, unfulfilled lives, it all gets focused, laser-like, on one single topic, their daughter, Liza. Her dream of leaving isn't just some youthful fantasy. To them, it feels like a judgment, a verdict on their own paralysis.
Just when you think things are going to be stuck like this forever, two women appear who really shake things up. And they represent two completely different ways of responding to the suffocation of this quiet life. One chooses to escape, and the other chooses to confront her past head-on. So on one side, you've got Vera, Orlov's wife. She finally leaves for Moscow trying to break free, trying to begin living. And on the other side, you have Natalya Petrovna, a widow from Petersburg who does the exact opposite. She comes back to her childhood home near Dobrynino specifically to face her origins. And right away, you see Natalya's incredible self-awareness. Her return isn't some simple, happy trip down memory lane. It's a paradox. This quote just shows you she's this deeply introspective person who's trying to figure out how the person she is now fits with the place she came from. Natalya's return really creates a new dynamic, especially in the connection she makes with Dr. Orlov. And what happens between them isn't a romance, not really. It's something much rarer, much more profound. It's a meeting of two incredibly lonely, intelligent souls who've been living in silence for far too long. I mean, listen to this. In their very first real conversation, she just sees right through him. After 14 years, everyone else in Dobrynino sees Orlov as a fixture, part of the scenery. But Natalya, with her outsider's eyes, she sees what he's forgotten about himself, that he's still unsettled, that he's still waiting. It's this moment of just shocking, immediate intimacy. Their bond is built on something that's practically extinct in their world, a genuine, honest conversation. They don't flirt, they talk. They talk about their shared feeling of being stuck. And for two people who have been suffocating in all the things left unsaid, this is like breathing fresh air for the first time in years. And out of one of their talks comes this absolutely brilliant metaphor. Orlov feels trapped, like he's on a bridge, stuck between staying and leaving, wanting his wife back, but also not wanting her back. And Natalya gives him the perfect, devastating image for his paralysis. She tells him, "You're not on a bridge at all, you're on a pier. A structure that looks like it goes somewhere, but it just ends." This new understanding, this new clarity, It brings the story to a quiet, kind of inevitable climax. The novel doesn't end with some big dramatic bang, but with a departure that leaves everyone, especially Orlov, holding on to some very big, lingering questions. So Vera's final departure from Moscow. There's no yelling, no angry fight. It's just this quiet surrender to the truth of their situation. It's written as this sad but necessary acknowledgement that their shared life, this quiet life, has simply run its course. The total lack of drama is what makes it so powerful. And this is the note she leaves behind. Just 3 words. It is such a heartbreakingly poignant message. It's her way of saying that even this unfulfilled, repressed, and ultimately finished life, it had weight. It mattered. It was not nothing. Ultimately, A Quiet Life leaves us right here. It turns its main theme back on us, the reader. It moves beyond the story of these characters in some dusty old town and asks a question that's for everyone. Are we just occupying our lives, or are we truly fully present in our own existence? And that's a question to carry with you long after the story is over.